Hey Corrina, this is Mike with Real Life Photography. Thanks for sending me over some photos to edit. I'll use a couple of different presets on all the photos, but I'm going to start with my preset just because it's free and I offered it up to the group. So I'll start with it. Not that it's perfect in any way, but I like it, and I like it kind of for directional light photos. So we'll start with that, and then I'll just kind of browse through and see which ones I think will fit with the images, and I'll be sure to tell you which ones those are. And if you have any questions in regards to those after the video, feel free to shoot me a message on Facebook. So we'll start with the first one. All right. So as you can see, it mutes a lot of the colors and stuff like that. The one thing that isn't affected by the preset is the temperature of the image and the exposure of the image. So that's the first thing I'm going to try to get right here. You can use a little dropper, the dropper thing here. Let's reset back to that and see if there's anything that's pretty close to gray, and I think I'll end up using the foot right there. I'm going to reapply it. And I like to have my images pretty warm, and this preset might not end up going so well with this image. It's possible. So we'll see what we like here. A little bit of magenta there, and let's see, we might use up here on the face. It's a little too much. Yeah. Just drop it down. So I might get lost in some of this video. I might have to pause every now and then. I have my two boys and then my nephew as well over here, and so I've got 3 kids in the house that are under the age of 5. So stick with me. I promise I'll try to minimize the noise throughout the video, but you might hear some kids screaming in the background, and if so, I'm gonna have to pause it and make sure nobody's killing each other. So there's that with the edit. And like I said, this is with my preset. You're not gonna find a preset that just does every type of image and does it perfectly. You might find a whole pack that are pretty consistent, that deals with different light sources pretty well. I haven't created a whole pack. I've just created one preset, and it still needs some work, but all in all, I mean, this is kind of what you're left with. You can tweak the shadows a little bit more, kind of get a little bit darker if that's what you're looking for. I kind of like that there. I do like dark, warm images, which you can probably see from my work itself. So I would leave that one about probably right where it is, and call it a day. So I'm going to reset it back, straighten it back up to where it was. And I'm using this vertical portion of this fence here to judge how straight the image is. So moving on, I think one of the best preset packs that you can possibly buy is these small presets from Sven. Number one, the first preset is probably my favorite, and I just think it nails skin tones pretty darn close to what they need to be, and then I just tweak them up to however I like it. If you don't like this matte, you can always take down the matte a little bit, and that's what I usually do, is I take the matte down a tiny bit, and then I might have to play with the sliders here. Add a little bit of red. Not really taking any oranges. Maybe darken the oranges just a tiny bit. And then he adds grain in his presets as well. And you can see the grain here. You can see the grain. I'll turn it off. You'll see it go in and then go out. So just so you're aware of that. And I like Sven's preset number 1 is probably my favorite of his presets. preset again. Straighten. Another one that I like as well is what is the name of this? R&R is Rook and Rover, I think. Yeah, Rook and Rover's presets. This is their latest package. And I think it's number 1 that I like the most. And you can see that you'll have to warm it up and take down. Now you can see they have a little heavier tint of magenta in the shadows there. So you can take that up actually. Just addressing the shadows here. I kind of like that right there as well. Might warm it up just a little bit more. And add a little bit of black in. And that's not bad as well. We'll do another one on this image. And I'll show you VSCO. VSCO is really nice. Very popular pack is pack 5. Throughout that pack, there Agfa Vista, Kodak Gold are probably the 2 that I might like the most. I've had success with Ektar a couple times, but not very often. But Kodak Gold and Agfa Vista are pretty clean, so you can kind of tweak this down. Boost it a little bit. Bring in the blacks. Go a little bit more there. Actually, that's a little too much orange for me. But let's do one more on this one because I've moved away from VSCO Pack 5. I don't know. I liked it early on, and then I stopped liking it, and I started using VSCO Pack 6, and really like the way I can get portrait to look in it. And if you are interested in the VSCO packs, I believe they make a film essentials pack that has really their most popular stuff all in one pack. I think it has Kodak Gold, Portrait, Fuji, and also Kodak Gold, Portrait, Fuji, and I believe it has Agfa Vista as well. I could be wrong. So this is Portrait 160, which I like a lot, especially indoors. My indoor images, I really like that. I'm gonna add a radial here. That's probably actually a little too much exposure. Let's see if I can open up the shadows just a little bit. Go back over here. A little bit there. And something like that right there. Let's see what it looks like when I squish those down. Nah, I think I'd leave that about right there. And I don't think that looks bad at all. So you can see that you can tweak pretty much anything to make it kind of fit your needs. But the presets that I used here were Rook and Rover, Sven, the small presets, VSCO Pack 5, VSCO Pack 6, and then obviously my RLP 01, which I offered to the group. Hold on, let me go make sure these kids are alright. Hold on. Sorry, I'm back. So the kids are monsters. So let's move on to this one. I'm going to straighten the horizon up here. And then I think I'll crop it to the intersecting point of her head. And twist. Let's see what that looks like. And I like that right there. So I'm going to start again with my preset. It has a lot of blues in it, but it's no big deal. Now this time I'm not going to use the tool. I'm just going to adjust the temperature by view and see how I'll end up liking that. And I think it's pretty common for my particular preset to get up into 9,000 or 10,000 on your temperature scale. So there's 10. I like that. Go a little darker here. Drop the exposure a little bit. And I'm kind of feeling it the way it is right there. Let's see if I can get both of those fairly. Yeah, I like that. I like that crop better. So I like this. If you want more of a little bit of a matte, you can take this bottom slider or bottom point and kind of raise it up a little bit. You know, give you a little bit of that matte look within the blacks. So take it back down. You can see. Take it back up and you can get a little bit of matte. And I like that. So personally, I just this one image right here, I wouldn't change anything else about it. I really like it the way it is. But let's start over after my crop. Take it right there. And let's try something different up here. Let's try LXCN. Let's see how we like that. LXCN 02. I'll go with LXCN 01. Drop this exposure down a little bit. Maybe the highlights a little. Get a little warmer. A little more contrast there. Maybe a little bit of matte. And that's nice there too. I'm partial to the first edit though, using my preset. So let's go. Let's reset this again. Let's try Sven's preset. Preset number 1, which I think is just one click on that preset, and I think it's excellent. I might play with the warmth just a little bit, just to get where I personally like it. And I think somewhere right there, and then maybe drop exposure just a little bit. And I like how that looks personally. Also, I think it's number 4. I like the look of number 4 as well. And 3 is nice as well. And that's all with one click. Alright. Let's go back down here. Do this again. Let's look at VSCO Pack 6. Alright, so VSCO Pack 6, I'm sorry, I had to pause it again. We had a crisis with the crane. So, Portra 160, just excellent, an excellent preset, I think. I swear it's going to take me 20 minutes to make a 15-minute video because I keep having to pause it. So, this is Portra 160. I think Portra 160 looks great on here. I might warm it up just a little bit. Maybe drop the highlights there a little. I might give a little bit more matte. Maybe actually add a little bit of black. And I think that looks good there. Right, let's go back. Let's go to the indoor image. So we got one indoor image of your daughter. And I wish I could teach my kids how to vacuum. So I'm going to try to straighten up the horizon just a bit. You have there's a lot of different lines going on here. You have the vertical lines here, vertical lines here, vertical line on the, or horizontal line on the rug. So I'm just going to kind of straighten it up as good as I can. All right, so I'll start once again with my preset. And it may or may not work for this image. And I can usually tell right away if it's going to work or if it's not going to work. And I don't think it's going to work. It's just too much. So I'm going to reset again. Let's just move on to something else. Let's look at Kodak Gold. So it's hard when you have these multiple light sources. It's difficult to get the best color. Um, I mean, you have some of this light from the lamp here, which is obviously pretty warm. Then you have some cool light coming in from the outside, and then it appears that there's probably an overhead light here. So it's hard. If you're ever interested in learning a little bit more about multiple light sources, you know, natural and artificial light sources, Melissa Hines wrote a phenomenal book, and you can find it in the MBD and Chaos forum, where she discusses all of these things, and she takes you through all of her edits on some of her popular images. It's an excellent book, and she's real easy to work with too. I've messaged her previously in the past, and just had a couple questions, you know, after I bought the book, and she answered them promptly, and you know, gave me the information I needed and gave her opinion as well. So just wanted to throw that out there. That's Melissa Hines, her ebook, and it's on MBD and Chaos. So I'm gonna reset this one more time. I'm not finding the preset that I want to use on it, and when I can't find what I want to use, I revert right back to Sven's preset number 1 and just start going from there. I'm gonna drop those down. Let's take a look. Sven also in these small presets includes a tonal pack, which is really nice. Because it kind of just changes up the whole preset. I mean, I clicked it once there, and I mean, it cooled everything down. Nature's Love is probably going to be too long. So I think his preset number 1, it works on so many different images. I'm going to revert it back to here, to the original. And then I'm going to whiten it up a little bit. Drop that down. One thing I don't like here is you can see all these blues, and that's easily fixed down here. You just crush some of the blues down, and you can get your stuff looking back the way it was supposed to. This image is hard. I mean, like I said, it's got all the different light sources coming in, and there's a lot of oranges. So I don't know if I can do a whole lot with it. So, but the first two, I think, were good. Were good images, and I think you can definitely see how some of us are getting that warm, contrasty, dark image. I really like this one. I think I'll edit it one more time with a different preset and just see how it looks. Let's end on a high note here. I think that right there looks excellent as well. I might not even... I usually drop the exposure down a little bit, and I think I like it exactly the way it is. I might drop the blues a little bit, because there's a little bluish tone here in the rocks, so I'll drop that down a little bit just to get it back to where it's supposed to be. And I think that one's perfect, and that was Rook and Rover, or Rick and Rover, whatever it is. I can't remember. I'm losing my mind. So I hope this helps. I know it went a lot longer than what I expected it to, but I hope it helps. And if you have more images you want me to edit, sorry, I had to pause again. So if there's any images, other images you want to see with different presets, or if you come to me with a specific preset that you would like to see, I can show you. I have a ton. Blissful Maven. I don't think Chelsea Cronkite has released her presets yet. Don and Helen, KLN. There's an awesome class you can take called Capturing Imagery with Purpose with Karen, and she gives you some of her freebies. Catch A, LXC, LXCN, the Loft presets. I didn't look at the Loft presets on here. I'm going to do that one too. Ryan Longnecker, Mark Maya, Maston, Rook and Rover, and then some Red Leaf presets. Small preset. Sandy Hartness, this is her black and white preset, and I like it a lot, but I don't think she's released it yet to the public either. So and Twyla Jones has a very unique style as well. I was fortunate enough to get a copy of her black and white, her 3417 preset on her birthday. She was giving them out for free, and then I bought her other pack as well. And then all the VSCOs. I have all the VSCOs. So if you have any specific requests, please let me know. I'm going to edit this last one with Loft, probably just a one clicker, and see how it is. Take that back. Let's see. I like one. And I like two. I like two a lot. So I'm going to sign off. Sorry, this was a really long video. I kept having to pause it because of the kids. But please, if you have any questions, reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you. Thanks, Corrina.